remarkably, in a way that is worthy of attention, surprisingly. He is a remarkably intelligent creature who observes the world from his tank. Delicacies, rare and expensive foods that are pleasing to eat. The octopus enjoyed the variety of delicacies provided by the ocean. Captivity, the condition of being imprisoned or confined. After many years in captivity, he knew every crack in the aquarium walls. Inept, having or showing no skill, clumsy. The inept teacher struggled to explain marine life to the rowdy children. Camouflaged, disguised by blending in with the surroundings. I am perfectly camouflaged against the rocks, so no one can see me. Plaque, an ornamental or informative plate on a wall. Most visitors never bother to read the plaque describing my species. Aquarium, a tank or building for keeping aquatic animals. Life in the aquarium is a series of repetitive and boring routines. Subservient, prepared to obey others unquestioningly. In this place, I am forced to be subservient to humans who are less smart. Mercy, compassion, or forgiveness shown toward someone. To be at the mercy of these loud humans is a very humbling experience. Mural, a painting or other work of art executed directly on a wall. The only thing I like about my cell is the small mural on the wall. Intricate, very detailed and complicated. Each shell he found was as intricate and beautiful as a work of art. Suppose, to think or assume that something is true. I suppose the cleaning lady is the most tolerable human in this building. Scallops, edible bivalve mollusks with a fan-shaped shell. He hoped for fresh scallops instead of the usual frozen fish. Halibut, a large marine flatfish used as food. No one wants to eat frozen halibut every single day of their life. Solitude, the state or situation of being alone. We both value our solitude away from the noise of the crowd. Distaste, a mild dislike or aversion. She and I share a strong distaste for certain types of sea creatures. Slick, of a surface, smooth, and slippery. Be careful driving tonight because the roads are very slick. Officially, in a formal and public way. You need to contact the office to officially claim your spot in the program. Downwardly, mobile, moving down the social or economic ladder. He described his friend as downwardly mobile after losing his business. Goodness, an exclamation of surprise or wonder. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect to see you here so early. Yarn, thread used for knitting or weaving. She was heading to the store to pick up the last skein of green yarn. Tank, a large container for storing liquid or gas or a fish tank. Though her house is bigger, I can tell she also feels trapped in a tank. Daycare, care for people who cannot fully look after themselves. They put her name on a list for a local daycare for seniors. Deduce, to arrive at a conclusion by reasoning. From her behavior, I can deduce that she is looking for a way to escape. Superior, higher in rank, status, or quality. My superior intelligence allows me to understand things humans miss. Lurks, to wait in hiding or move stealthily. I suspect that the answer she needs lurks somewhere deep in her past. Octopuses, 8-armed cephalopod mollusks. Octopuses are known for their ability to change color and shape. Crevices, narrow openings or fissures in a rock or wall. We can slip through tiny crevices that other animals cannot enter. Gastronomical, relating to the practice of cooking or eating good food. My gastronomical satisfaction is the only joy I have in this prison. Instinctual, relating to or prompted by instinct. The animal's reaction was purely instinctual and fast. Affliction, something that causes pain or suffering. The cleaning lady and the young man share a similar emotional affliction. Saving, rescuing someone or something from harm. She didn't realize that saving the octopus would change her life forever. Mustard, a pungent yellow or brown condiment. The secret to a perfect sandwich is adding a bit of grain mustard. Sprained, to wrench or twist the ligaments of a joint. She sprained her ankle while working late at the aquarium. Aid, help or support, typically of a practical nature. Please get the first aid kit to help wrap her injured foot. Mollusks, invertebrates with a soft, unsegmented body, snails, octopuses. The mollusks in the reef tank have been mysteriously disappearing. Glorified, represented as more important than it actually is. He felt that the band he joined was just a glorified group of amateurs. Vamping, improvising a simple accompaniment or a repeated sequence. The band was just vamping on a few chords until the singer was ready. Lad, a boy or a young man. Come on, lad, let's get moving before we are late. Gouging, overcharging, or swindling someone. I feel like my mechanic is gouging me for simple repairs. Deplorable, deserving strong condemnation, shockingly bad. His job performance was deplorable, yet he was given a second chance. Patron, a customer or financial supporter. I am a regular patron of the library, but not of this aquarium. Texture, the feel, appearance, or consistency of a surface. An octopus can change its skin texture to match a rough rock. Smears, a mark or streak of a greasy or sticky substance. The glass of the tank was covered in oily smears from the visitors. Refrain, to stop oneself from doing something. I will refrain from telling the manager about the open door for now. Committed, feeling dedicated and loyal to a cause or job. If you are committed to the job, I will show you the right way to do it. Incessant, continuing without pause or interruption. I am tired of the incessant noise of humans talking all day. Jabber, fast, excited talk that makes little sense. Their meaningless jabber is a constant distraction to my thoughts. Inferior, lower in rank, status, or quality. He treats everyone as if they have inferior intelligence compared to his. Witted, having a particular type of intelligence, e.g., slow-witted. That slow-witted man doesn't realize how much he has to offer. Noticeable, easily seen or noticed, clear or apparent. The scratch on the floor will be very noticeable if we don't fix it. Patina, a green or brown film on the surface of old objects. The old metal had developed a beautiful patina over many years. Divot, a small piece of turf or a small dent in a surface. Scraping the surface too hard might leave a permanent divot. Knot, a fastening made by tying a piece of string or rope. You need to tie it tight knot to make sure the boat stays in place. Casserole, a large deep dish used for baking and serving food. She is famous for bringing a delicious casserole to every town event. Skein, a length of thread or yarn, loosely coiled and knotted. I need to find one more skein of this specific green color. Vagrant, a person without a settled home or regular work. People called him a vagrant, but he was just a man looking for his way. Subbing, acting as a substitute for someone. Is it true that the new guy is subbing for you at the aquarium? Paddleboards, boards used for standing or kneeling on while paddling. He spent his summer renting out paddle boards at the local beach. Plunge, a sudden dive or jump into water. Taking a cold plunge in the morning is a great way to wake up. Flagrantly, in a way that is obviously offensive or wrong. You cannot flagrantly ignore the safety rules and expect no trouble. Log cabin, a small house made from unfinished logs. My grandfather built this small log cabin by the lake years ago. Quirks, a peculiar behavioral habit or strange feature. Every old house has its own quirks and strange noises at night. Discreet, careful in one's speech or actions to avoid offense. I would appreciate it if you could be discreet about my plans to sell. Inevitably, as is certain to happen, unavoidably. Small towns are places where people will inevitably talk about you. Tragedies, very sad events, typically involving suffering or death. He wanted to clean the house to remove any reminders of past tragedies. Slot, a period of time in a schedule or a position. I finally secured a slot for our band to play at the club this fall. Hiatus, a pause or gap in a sequence, series, or process. The band decided to take a permanent hiatus and stop performing. Gaze, a steady, intent look. He lived under the constant gaze of neighbors who watched his every move. Hideous, extremely ugly or unpleasant. He found the new decorations in the lobby to be absolutely hideous. Juvenile, a young person or a young animal. The juvenile octopus was much more curious than the older ones. Burrow, a hole or tunnel dug by a small animal as a dwelling. The small creature spent its childhood moving from one burrow to another. rancid, smelling or tasting unpleasant as a result of being old. The air in the abandoned apartments smelled like rancid food. Hoarded, collected, and hidden away, often in large quantities. He found a box of hoarded treasures hidden under the floorboards. Artifacts, objects made by a human being of historical interest. These old photos are the only artifacts left of his parents' life. Elusive, difficult to find, catch, or achieve. The truth about the incident remained as elusive as ever. Disguise, a means of altering one's appearance to conceal identity. Octopuses are masters of disguise, changing their skin in a second. Lure, to tempt a person or animal to do something. We used a simple trick to lure the animal back into its enclosure. Spunky, courageous, and determined. She is a spunky woman who refuses to let anyone tell her what to do. Perceive, to become aware of something through the senses. I can perceive signals through my touch that humans cannot understand. Symbiosis, a mutually beneficial relationship between different people. Humans and animals can live in a perfect symbiosis if they try. Blushing, becoming red in the face from shame or shyness. Humans are strange because they start blushing when they are embarrassed. Refuge, a condition of being safe or sheltered from pursuit or danger. The aquarium is a refuge for me to escape from the stresses of life. Critters, a living creature, an animal. There are plenty of interesting critters in this tank to keep you busy. Pivoting, turning on a central point, changing strategy. Life is about pivoting when things don't go according to plan. Tedium, the state of being slow, long, or dull. He was bored by the tedium of everyday life in a small town. Gutted, feeling extremely disappointed or upset. He was gutted when he realized he might never see his family again. Invalid, a person made weak or disabled by illness or injury. I only sprained my ankle. You don't need to treat me like an invalid. Drafty, of an enclosed space, cold and uncomfortable because of air. The old room was so drafty that she had to wear a sweater inside. Utterly, completely, and without qualification, absolutely. It is utterly apparent to me that they are related, even if they don't know it. Toll, a heavy cost or a negative effect over time. These secret missions are starting to take a physical toll on me. Burden, a load, especially a heavy one, a source of worry. She tried so hard not to be a burden that she pushed her friends away. Hallmark, a distinctive feature, especially of excellence. Poor communication skills seem to be a hallmark of your species. Abysmal, extremely bad, appalling. The human's ability to express their feelings is often abysmal. Imminent, about to happen. I could feel that the end of my life was imminent. Overexerts, to strain oneself by making too much effort. She often overexerts herself trying to take care of everyone else. Blundering, making careless mistakes, clumsy. Most humans are blundering through life without noticing the truth.